Now you want to create one client attraction system.
Okay.
Right? That one client attraction system, again, most people think it's the funnel. Like some people say to us, oh, client attraction, that's the funnel, right? No, client attraction is an entire process, right? So like, again, the client attraction process is happening now while we're doing this podcast.
Right.
Some people are saying they like, okay, I like what they're talking about. Some people are like, I don't. Some people still listen. They don't like it. They're just waiting for us to like, they're trying to prove it that we don't know what we're talking about. And all that's fine, right? So it's like client attraction is like when somebody becomes aware of you for the first time, whether that's an ad, whether that's content, whatever, that's the client attraction process. So then they go to your pages, regardless if they buy or not, what happens after that? With the retargeting ads, with the follow-up sequences, with people calling them, with people texting them, checking on them. Even if they're not a client, that's all client attraction. So you want to have one client attraction system. And then you want to have one strategy, one traffic source to get unlimited leads.
Okay.
Ideally, that's going to be ads.
Okay.
My favorite is Facebook ads.
Okay.
All of them work. My favorite is Facebook ads.
Okay.
Some people say, well, a lot of people are saying Facebook ads don't work anymore. A lot of people are saying this about Facebook. Well, Facebook, from an ad platform standpoint, it's the 800-pound gorilla. It's like nobody has more data than Facebook, right? Nobody has more targeting opportunities than Facebook. Like nobody.
Okay.
So it's like, and it's the easiest, most intuitive way to like get started.
Yes.
So you pick one traffic source to send people to. When you do this, you're going to be generating leads. We want to have one conversion method. When people apply, a conversion method is like at the point of purchase. What do they buy?
Right.
So if you're selling something premium price, it's typically going to be over the phone. One problem, one thing. Like, what do you want to be known? We chose client attraction.
Okay.
So people who know us, they know client attraction.
Yeah.
Right. So boom, that's the one thing. Then it's like, who do you want to serve?
Okay. You
Right.
make that decision.
You make the decision.
Not the marketplace.
No.
Not survey. All
Bingo.
this other stuff.
Bingo.
we talk about.
Just like price.
You decide.
You decide. Just like price. The market doesn't decide the price. You decide the price.
They're going to throw stones now.
Yeah, the market.
All these other gurus are telling them.
No.
Okay.
Uh-uh.
Okay. I need to stop interrupting. Go
The
ahead.
market didn't tell Gucci they could charge that.
Hey.
Gucci decided.
Did you see the video of somebody that bought a Gucci bag and showed that the actual leather for a 200, was it 200?
His name is Tanner,
Yeah,
the leathersmith.
Yeah,
Really?
That's
the
my homie.
actual leather. It cost actual $9,
It's that, of course.
Yes.
and they were selling for like $200 for that small
Listen,
course.
Yes.
I did a video because I do my Thursday class with the youth.
Yeah.
One of the videos went viral because I was talking about Gucci.
Yeah.
And I was like, I asked my guy Gary, who runs the Next Level Boys Academy, I was like, if you have a T-shirt that says Gucci across the front, it'd be like $300. I was like, why can't you do a T-shirt with Davis across the front and charge $300? And he was like, I was like, because you don't see the same value in your last name.
Yeah.
That's it. And I was like, you can charge whatever you, and also in the video, I'm talking about how a barber could charge $150. Could he charge $150 to everybody? No, but he could charge $150 to his ideal client. Like my barber charges $100 just to pull up.
Huh?
My barber charges $100 just to pull up.
Okay. It comes to you.
Comes to me.
Okay.
That's valuable to me though, because I don't gotta pack my kids up, right? And this is before he started cutting heads. It's $100 just to pull up, but I don't gotta pack the kids up. I don't gotta drive, get in traffic, sit in the barbershop, do small talk with
My God.
the other guys who are in the shop.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I just like to be home. You come through, you cut us, we're done, and I pay for it, right?
Yeah.
Everybody ain't gonna do that, and and that's okay. Everybody ain't your client. So you figure out, okay, what's my thing? So you pick your price. And back to the Gucci thing. So I was like, people was in my comments like, well, Gucci could charge this because they built the brand up and blah blah blah. I'm like, no, like Gucci came in like that. Gucci came in as a premium brand. Gucci didn't even want to be in like stores and department stores from the beginning, right? But it's like people don't think that. They think they put in all this work. They think Louis Vuitton put in all this work to then justify a premium price. It's like, no, they decided we're going to charge premium.
Okay.
Our stuff ain't for everybody. It's only for the select market.
Correct.
So you decide, who is this for?
Okay.
Correct.
Next
Think,
step.
who is this for? Who are they? Do I like them? Can they pay? That's number one. Number three, what's your one offer? What's your one Godfather offer? One. Here's how I eliminate this. So when I'm doing events, I always say, how many of you sell more than one thing? Whether a coaching program or a course, ebooks, a book. How many of you sell multiple things? Most people raise their hand. I say, okay, great. Right. And if you listening, do this, right? Follow this. Write down everything that you sell. Write down everything. This, list it all out. Cool. Once you get it, circle the thing that you charge the most. Hopefully you charge $3,000 to $10,000 or more. If you don't, pick a price for that program, $3,000, $10,000 or more. Once you get that, if you make less than $1 million a year, scratch everything else off.
Wow, that's brutal though. Ooh,
Yeah.
Okay.
If you make less than $1 million a year, scratch everything off, but that thing you circle where you charge $3,000, $10,000 or more. Like you only want to have one thing where you can look people in their eyes and say, this is the thing that's going to help you solve that one problem. This is the thing. Like think about it, man. If somebody wants to lose weight, for example, they don't want your ebook.
Okay.
They don't want your course. They'll get it, but it's like they want to lose
You
weight.
just want to lose weight.
What is the thing that you have where you can help them get to solve the problem the fastest? So I believe in, you got this ascension model funnel, you know, that's there. So you give away something for free, then you upsell for 47, then you upsell for 97, then you upsell for 497, then you upsell for 997, then you upsell. I hate that model for multiple different reasons. Number one is it's unnecessarily complex. Number two, I believe is what?
They're gonna throw stones now.
Are they gonna hate this?
all the gurus tells them
Everybody.
funnels.
Yeah.
You know, do you know how many? Because we also have funnels in Vanza. People come and be like, "Oh, I want funnels." I'm like, "Dude, you don't even have your initial offer.
Exactly.
Who told you need a funnel?
Bingo.
What are you going? You don't have nothing to upsell or downsell.
You
don't have anything.
need a funnel.
You don't need a funnel. You don't-
Stop.
you
And
need
the funnel is not magic. It's not going to put money in your bank account.
But they've heard great marketers
It's
tell
not
them
going to
that.
put money in your bank account. It just helps you to upsell and downsell. That's the only thing it does.
Bingo.
And you can charge one premium offer.
One.
That is equivalent to the total value of your card thing.
Yep.
And you can save people's time ups going
Yep.
down and
Right.
fix your lack of confidence issue.
Yep.
That they will pay you $3,000 one time, so you think you have to first give them a $27 per. Okay.
Yep.
Can you pinch your entire interrupting so that it can just continue? Okay.
No,
I'm not going to interrupt you.
I mean, no, you spot on.
Give
You
the point
spot on. You spot on. We got to simplify it. So it's like people don't want all that. So
So you're not into funnels. That's what.
So
you're
I'm
not- you're not
into
big on
funnels. So like people don't understand. A funnel
it. Okay.
is a process, not pages.
Okay.
The internet has turned funnels into pages.
Yeah.
Like it's a process.
Supposed to be a process. Okay.
It's a process. People go through a funnel. Think about it. Subway. They don't got like pages where you go opt in,
Right.
but you're still in their funnel. You ride by. They're already top of mind because you've heard of them before. You ride by, you're trying to decide what you're gonna eat. So you're in Subway's funnel. You turn in, now you're deeper into the funnel. You go into the door, you're deeper into the funnel. You order your sandwich, and they're like, "Hey, you want
a cookie?
You want a cookie?"
Uh-huh.
So they just hit you with an upsell.
What size
combo?
of drink?
What size drink? You just got hit with ups. You're in the funnel. Did you go to a page?
No.
It's a process. Let me give you an example. Another thing that I nerd out on is old school marketing. Like I nerd out on like old school direct response marketing.
Like Kennedy.
Even before that, like Halbert
Oh, okay.
and Claude Hopkins and Ogilvy, all that, right? Those cats, how you normally get marketing, that's why I tell people we're in the best time in the history of the world to be alive now. But those cats would write out a sales letter on a typewriter, print it out, had to mail it up in like bulk mail or something,
Yep.
send it out to us. We have to go. Now we're already in the funnel. As soon as it hits our box, we ain't went to no page. So we go open the box, and you know how people sort mail. It's like you got your junk mail, and then you got. I'm gonna go through this later. You got to get to that stack, but like most people, it's like, okay, how do I not go into the trash can?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So if you go into the trash can, okay, we out the funnel. We're going to this stack. Now we deeper into the funnel. Now we sit down and we open this letter up and start reading it. Now we're deeper into the funnel, right? We ain't went to no page. We went to now we done read this letter and we're like, sounds interesting. And then we get to the bottom and it's like, hey, if you want this, cut this corner out, fill it in with your information and your banking information, or send it back with a check. And then you got to cut it out. That's why this marketing had to be good. The copy had to be good because you had to do a lot,
Very good.
right? So you cut it out, put it back in a thing, go to your mailbox, mail it back off. You've just gone through the whole funnel, but you didn't go through a page. today's age, we've turned that into pages. So like a lot of people who are unlearned, they think a funnel is what's going to change their life.
Yeah.
Because you got cats saying, "Oh, you one funnel away." It's like, no, that's not true. Like, tell people the truth. Like, a funnel is a process. Like, we're already in the funnel. Like, so if somebody's watching this podcast, which they already saw, regardless if they click anything, they're already in the funnel. Because the top level of the funnel is awareness. You got awareness, then you got interest, then you got engage. If they're watching this far, they're interested.
Yes.
At the end, if you give them a call to action, they go check out Vonza, which they should. Now they've engaged.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
And then they buy some, now they become a client.
Yeah.
But they're already in the funnel now. But a lot of, like, it's a funnel, it's the pages. No. Oh, you can funnel you can just go rip off their pages. No, it's the stuff that you don't see that make it work anyway.
Okay.
So
you're talking about the...
Yeah, get me back on track. Get me back on track.
I feel like I just had a Sunjoy from Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. I go overboard. I go overboard sometimes. All right. Okay. So we got the one offer. What is the thing you can sell people that will change their life? Some people say, "Well, Marquel, you got to sell somebody something low ticket first before you can buy high ticket."
Not necessarily.
We don't buy like that.
No.
Like when you went and got your car,
BMW X3.
did you buy a book about it?
I did not.
Did you buy a course about it?
Did not.
Did you get an ebook about it?
Absolutely.
Did you join a membership with other people who aspire to get it?
No.
Did you go to a conference about it?
No.
What did you go do?
I went to the dealership.
You went to the dealership. That's how we buy.
Yeah.
But again, marketers have told us that we got to sell somebody something low ticket to get them to buy. And when we know that's not true in no areas of our life. Like most people, when they send their kids out to college, they didn't go get a book about the college first.
No.
Okay, so what's the next
All right, so now we got that one offer. Boom. Now you want to create one client attraction system,
Okay.
right? That one client attraction system, again, most people think it's the funnel. Like some people say to us, "Oh, client attraction, that's the funnel, right?" No, client attraction is an entire process, right? So like, again, the client attraction process is happening now while we're doing this podcast.
Right.
Some people are saying they like, "Okay, I like what they're talking about." Some people are like, "I don't." Some people still listen. They don't like it. They just waiting for us to like, they're trying to prove it that we don't know what we're talking about. And all that's fine, right? So it's like client attraction is like when somebody becomes aware of you for the first time, whether that's an ad, whether that's content, whatever, that's the client attraction process. So then they go to your pages, regardless if they buy or not. What happens after that? With the retargeting ads, with the follow-up sequences, with people calling them, with people texting them, checking on them, even if they're not a client. That's all client attraction. So you want to have one client attraction system, and then you want to have one strategy, one traffic source to get unlimited leads.
Okay.
Ideally, that's going to be ads.
Okay.
My favorite is Facebook ads.
Okay.
All of them work. My favorite is Facebook ads.
Okay.
Some people say, "Well, a lot of people are saying Facebook ads don't work anymore. A lot of people are saying this about Facebook." Well, Facebook, from an ad platform standpoint, it's the 800-pound gorilla. It's like nobody has more data than Facebook, right? Nobody has more targeting opportunities in Facebook. Like nobody.
Okay.
So it's like, and it's the easiest, most intuitive way to like get started. So you pick one traffic source to send people to. When you do this, you're going to be generating leads. Well, you want to have one conversion method. When people apply, a conversion method is like at the point of purchase. What do they buy?
Right.
So if you're selling some premium price, it's typically going to be over the phone.
What was that range you would say is premium to be on the phone? Versus,
3,000 to 10,000 or more.
Okay, so less than 3,000, you're saying you don't have to necessarily. The audience does not necessarily have to do a phone sale.
Yeah, you
if
understand
it's
what I'm
under
saying.
3,000.
For sure.
Okay, but
you just gotta have your offer strong.
Yeah.
So it's like you're gonna convert higher on the phone.
Yeah.
Right. Versus because like if you do a webinar, you sell something for 1,000. You gotta have a strong webinar to sell something for 1,000. If you want to get more sales, you'd be better off sending them to a phone to buy your $1,000 thing than selling it from the webinar. And if you're gonna send them to the phone, you might as well sell them 3,000 to 10,000 or more. Right.
All right.
So you have your one traffic source. Then you're gonna be generating leads. So now you want to be sending one email a day.
Okay.
Not necessarily selling them something, but adding more value. So some people say, "Well, Marquel, one email a day seems like too much." Well, it's like when Oprah was on TV, how often did she come on?
Every day.
She came on every day. When you grew up and your parents, they watched stories, what days did their stories come on? Every day. And did your parents or your grandparents say these stories coming on too much? No, they watched it every day. If you're on a Fashion Nova list, Fashion Nova emails every day. Polo Ralph Lauren, and they'll text you. Polo Ralph Lauren every day.
Yeah.
TikTok emails you every day.
Sure do.
So it's like, why wouldn't you be? Like if you're not top of mind, somebody else is. And people buy when they want to buy, not when you want them to buy. So you got to be top of mind when they're ready.
When they're ready.
So you want to be sending out 1 email a day.
Okay.
And then you want to be creating 1 piece of content per day. Video, teaching something. Like the best way to show people you can help them is just by actually helping them through your free content, right? So you're giving away free content, teaching every day. That's 1. And then you give yourself 1 year, right?
Oh, okay. Now,
Not
time factor.
that's the time factor. I was getting there. You give yourself 1 year. Most people won't do that.
No.
And here's the cool thing. This is not 1 year to add more stuff. You're giving yourself 1 year to prune,
yeah.
Right.
take away. How do you make this more simple? How do you streamline the process? How do you help your clients get better results? You simplifying it. 1 year, and that leads to 1 million.
Hey, I'm Uyi Abraham, founder and CEO of Vonza.com.
And I'm Faith Abraham, co-founder of Vonza.com.
Yes, we created Vonza. I want to make it so easy, simple for online entrepreneurs, coaches, and creators to run their business online. Because we know how difficult it is to try to run a business online and have to deal with several tools and try to tie them all together, wasting time and money.
Absolutely. And so it just makes sense to have a platform that has everything you need to run your business online seamlessly in one place, like your website, your funnels, your online courses, membership community, scheduling, and a lot more things that are really going to help you be the best at what you do.
Vonza has made it easy for over 10,000 entrepreneurs to run their business online. So move away from the old and come into the new. Go right now to Vonza.com and get started to running your business online. Remember, Vonza is the best platform to run your business online. We'll see you right there. Vonza.com.
Vonza.com.
Wow. I dropped. Wow, that was a ton of value there. Okay, let me kind of piggyback on something, and I think I've had this conversation with you too. Now, we live Black culture, right? Is a very materialistic, driven, incentivized way to buy.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of Black influencers and coaches, they drive Maseratis, Bentleys, Rolls Royces, and stuff like that to try to show success.
Yeah.
Our people just like to see to believe for whatever reason. They just want to see you look successful.
Yeah.
And if I can say, this is not just Black culture. Like we're talking about, you're talking about specifically in America, but we can trace this all the way back home to Africa.
For sure.
I'm speaking specifically for Nigerians. That is what we do.
Yeah.
That is who we are.
Yeah.
I'm not going to a party with the same thing I wore to the last party.
Yeah, for sure.
Not happening.
That's what we are.
Right?
Yeah.
The gold, the who has the better car.
Yeah.
That is kind of ingrained in our culture.
Yeah.
It goes back to slavery.
Way back.
It does. It does, So my question to you is this, are you making all this money online? Are you having people to believe you that you can help them because you might have anybody, you're not showing your Rolls Royce, your Bentleys, your Maseratis,
Right.
Wearing
Lambo.
seems like you have a Gucci watch there. I don't know.
Those
Okay, yeah, but you're not
Watch
like
and a polo shirt.
and the polo. You know what I'm saying? You're not really
This is like,
Balenciaga, whatever that is,
Yeah.
right? So how come you're not flashy? Are you able to stand out and still? Because you and
This is a good question.
Lamar Tyler is the only 2 people I know and maybe I like that really are not flashy, but still making really good numbers. And so that's part one. The part is that do you feel the pressure sometimes to show off for some people that feel like Marquel is not really, he's doing okay, but it's not like this other person that have a jet or whatever the case is. So 2-part question, right? And just be honest though.
I mean,
Is it one of your way of, is it a marketing ploy to be different?
No.
Or is it that at first you just couldn't afford those things and you just say, I don't know.
I'm just, I am who I am, right? So it's like, when you are that, you don't have to act like it.
Okay.
Like, you don't gotta.
So you're just not a flashy person at period.
I've never been a flashy person. So even when I was in the streets and I was getting money,
Yes.
it's like I was still like low key.
Yeah.
I used to drive a
Okay,
94 Lumina,
Uh-huh.
right? But I had $15,000-$20,000 cash on me. But it's like, so I moved different. So it's like, but even then, people used to be like, oh, he can't be getting money like that.
Yeah.
Oh, he can't be. So everybody, inquiring minds want to know. It's the same way now. Like I have people hit me up all the time.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
oh, big.
How do you handle that?
I'm just me. I'm not looking to make, I don't do this to make friends.
Okay.
Like I'm here to help people. I'm here to
I
impact.
feel like you also are using the element of mystery. Like, is this guy making? I mean, he looks confident. He talk like he knows something, but I'm not seeing that he knows something.
Because you got to think about it. You got to think about it. Y'all know, like people.
But the rich friends don't know.
Yeah, rich people. People who. One of my mentors used to always say, "Money talks, but wealth whispers."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, the loudest person in the room ain't the one who making the most money.
Yeah.
The real flex is being the wealthiest person in the room and don't nobody know who you are.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's the real flex.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, if Mark Zuckerberg walks in the room and he got flip-flops on, toes out, he done had the same t-shirt on all week, jeans dingy, ain't nobody like, is he really getting money?
Yeah.
Who cares if you Steve Jobs? It's like how dude used to like Steve Jobs didn't even wear shoes, let alone Balenciagas.
Correct.
He used to walk around
Wear
barefoot
deodorant
or deodorant.
Yeah.
It's like I don't like when you are actually that. I think one of my gifts, a blessing, is that I've always so like even before the internet, like I was like I didn't start getting on the internet and like start making money. I didn't get on the internet and like girls start liking me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I've never had issues in those areas.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like some people like when they start making money, it makes them.
Yeah.
So you can tell a lot of the people.
Yeah.
You can tell a lot of the people who
And new money intoxicates too.
huh?
New money intoxicates.
For sure.
Very intoxicating.
So it's exactly because you don't.
when you like Jay-Z now, when it was what 100,000,
Yeah,
big change.
it's different, right?
What the billion is.
Exactly. Man, I'm gonna tell you something so
Wearing
powerful,
suits,
man.
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something so powerful. Shout out to my guy Derek. You know Derek Harper?
Yeah.
Yes.
So shout out to guy Derek, right? So Derek, he posted something so powerful the other day. He basically was like, and Dr. Jake Tyler, he commented. Y'all know Jake as well?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, Derek was like, when I bought my Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
Yes.
That
We
was a
talked
good-
about
Y'all saw that?
Yeah.
we talked about that post because that's my type of conversation. That's my language,
Yeah.
like the holistic.
Yeah.
What's happening on the inside?
100%.
That's cool that you making money, but what's happening on the
100%.
inside? Is your marriage broken? Do your kids even like you?
Yep.
Like, what about your family? Like.
Yep.
Are they even interested in you because you acting different and doing different stuff? Like everybody's not the
100%. I tell people all the time, if you want to know if they're a real one, ask their kids about them.
And them kids do not
Yeah, actually,
lie.
ask the kids about them. Do you like Inky Johnson said something so powerful one time, and it made me check myself and just always be aware of it. Inky was like, "Man, you never want to be a public success but a private failure."
Yes.
So on the internet they see you winning, but like at home you ain't winning.
Mm-hmm.
So you really losing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Derek said the other day he was like, "Man, I bought my Rolls Royce
Yeah.
and I still felt empty." I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah.
But he was like, I bought it for one reason, so people could look at me.
Yeah.
And then I realized that people weren't even looking at me, they were looking at the car.
Yeah.
And I commented, I was like, bro, this is so powerful, man. Thank you for sharing
Yeah.
because people need to hear this. And he was like, bro, thank you. He was like, I realized you've been on this. You've been ahead of the game.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't ever tripping on that. Like, I don't really want attention. And again, some of this comes from my background and stuff like that. So certain stuff we just don't do. But at the same time, it's like, if I got to show you money for you to do business with me, we don't need to do business anyway. And like people who got real legit wealth, it's like, you never really know anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, if y'all walked in the room right now, they wouldn't know like that y'all loaded. But it's like, and y'all don't care.
Cool.
Yeah.
It is cool, right?
I love that
That's what I'm saying.
because I want to see how you treat me.
Listen.
Before you know who
Listen.
I am or you know my name.
I
like,
love to go into a room where I'm underestimated.
Yes,
I love
please.
it. Like, I love those.
No, that brings out the beast in me. Please,
100. I
please
love.
underestimate me. Like,
I love being in those
give me
rooms.
the
They like,
opportunity.
who is it? Like, is he the help? And I'm just like, hey, how you doing?
Is it the help?
And I treat everybody the same way. So
Right.
I'm not walking around
Right.
peacocking and all that. I treat everybody nice, right? And so I like when I see people kind of move like that. So I never feel pressure. Well, I mean, we talked about it at the sleep at the social proof thing. That it's like, no, that's their thing. Like, I'm fine. I know who I am, and I'm okay with who I am. I know what we
here's the
doing.
thing, rich friends. If you are a low key person, be low key.
Be low key.
If you're a flashy person, be flashy.
Be flash, but do it because that's who you are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not
Don't
because-
do it because you're trying to impress other
Impress
people.
other people.
Because if you live by the applause, you'll die by the booze.
Whew.
Wow.
Right? So I ain't doing it for validation. Like, I ain't tripping.
This is so good. Let me ask you, what are some of the things you've done that have helped you to become this person you are today? Mentally, mostly in the area of mindset and just your, mostly out of mind. What are some specific things that take you from a drug dealer to now a client attraction dealer, something like
that? For sure. So I think when I move, is it
intentional? Or you just no, it's
for sure intentional. Okay. So I intentionally, you know that gut feeling that makes most people uncomfortable and tell them that don't do it. I move towards that feeling. So I'm like, I'm not feeling that. If I'm not feeling that, that means I'm getting comfortable.
Okay.
So I'm moving towards that. That's number one. Number two, I'm obsessed with personal development.
Wow.
Like I'm obsessed. With it. Right? I'm obsessed with it. So when I'm riding to the gym in the morning, I'm listening to a podcast.
Yep.
When I leave the gym in the morning, I'm listening to it. When I leave, so I listen to an audiobook on the way there. I mean, podcast. And when I'm leaving, I'm listening to an audiobook. Typically like a biography. Before I leave, I'm doing like 45 minutes of reading before I go to the gym. In my worship playlist, I got this morning stack that I do. I'm super intentional about personal development.
We call that in MLM University on Wheels.
100%. I'm super intentional about personal development. Super intentional. That's number two. Number three, I'm always getting around people that's smarter than me. I'm not intimidated by people that's smarter than me. Wow. I always want to know.
So important because your network, and even they don't have to be friends per se, but just people that you can have conversation with. You can listen to conversation. It shifts your narrative and your perspective.
100%.
If you allow yourself to sit down and listen.
Yep.
Because one of the things that we've seen is people just being so intimidated.
Yep.
And then the jealousy comes up, the envy comes up, the sabotage comes up. It's like all this stuff that you got going on is hindering your ability to soak in
100%.
What you can get from this other person.
Yep. I like listening to people even if I don't agree with them.
Yeah.
Because just different perspectives are a game changer, right? So I like that. I like learning. I like listening. I'm obsessed with it. So it's kind of like I used to smoke a lot of weed, all this different type of stuff. So I think my new drug is like books and courses and learning. Like I'm obsessed with it.
I would have thought you would have said the gym because I haven't seen you.
Oh, I love the gym too. but my workout thing is on, and that's another thing. Like the gym, like because I used to think I was working out. But I got a trainer that I'm working with now. It's a whole nother level. It's a whole nother level. And that pushes you. Like I start my day with that. So the rest of my day is sweet. It's nothing else that I'm going to encounter during the day that was more challenging than that workout this morning. Wow. Nothing else that's going to be more challenging. Nothing that can happen today that'll be more challenging than that.
Wow.
Straight up. And it's 35 minutes.
Man. And the encouraging that you have, the talking that you have to do to yourself.
Oh, and the running on the treadmill, that's the hardest part.
Yeah, I know.
That treadmill, that running, I got mad respect who cats who do like marathons. And run 5 miles. Like I got a buddy of mine, Wes, he on our team, he's my guy too. He run like 5 miles a day, like easily, like 10 minutes a mile, 8 minutes a mile. I'm like, bro, running is hard. It's all mental.
It's very much.
Yeah. So I'm very intentional about that. Another thing that was a game changer for me over the past year and a half is like hiring a therapist.
Okay. Mental, emotional.
All across the board. Mental, emotional.
Why did you think you needed to work with a therapist?
Because I wanted to be aware of my blind spots. Because a lot of times we don't. Because like a lot of times, you mentioned it earlier, right? You mentioned like how hard it is to like turn off and not be working.
Yeah.
A lot of that comes from over, what's the word he uses? Over, I'm going to think of it later. But simply, especially when you come from nothing, like we're always working because we're, even when you become wealthy, you can be wealthy, but still be operating from lack.
Yeah.
Or survival. And most of that comes from like trauma.
Yeah.
Most people became entrepreneurs as a traumatic response.
Yeah.
So a lot of these cats, when you see them in conferences, you see them on webinars, you in programs, a lot of it is just unaddressed trauma. So a coach can't help you. Like a lot of people are like, damn, I'm going through all these different programs, but I'm still not winning. No. It's like you got some unaddressed trauma you got to deal with.
Yeah, and I call it poverty trauma.
Yeah, you gotta have, like I tell people, like your coach ain't your, you gotta have a therapist and a coach. I tell every entrepreneur that. My clients, especially our 7-figure side clients, I tell them, I bring my therapist in.
Wow.
And I'm like, look, y'all don't gotta work with him, but get you somebody. And at our last in-person event, I was like, look, my challenge for y'all this quarter is every one of y'all get somebody. And you work with them for at least the next 9 days. After that, you decide what you want to do. Yes. But it's like, at least give yourself that.
Yeah.
Right. And find somebody that's for you. But it's like every entrepreneur, especially like high performance entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Because it's like, we're like athletes.
Yeah.
We are athletes.
Yes.
And like athletes on the court, and you see the intensity because they're running up and down the court. We had that same level of intensity, but it's internal.
Yes.
And we're not processing none of that. We ain't going to the gym. We ain't eating right. We ain't talking to nobody about it. We don't know how to process this stuff. We think we know how to control our emotions. So one of the things I used to tell myself a lot growing up, and even as an adult, is I'm great at controlling my emotions. But really, I was just suppressing my emotions.
Ooh.
So I was really just numb
Okay.
to a lot of stuff.
You're gonna get my wife started.
You see, you see the way I'm sitting.
This is that. Go. She's
This is my jam.
This is
I'm
Men-
It's unaddressed trauma.
mental health therapy.
A lot of the stuff you see online, you was talking about the flashy stuff. A lot of people doing that stuff is
Yeah.
unaddressed trauma. That's why I love my guy Derek for what he posted.
Yeah. You know? Do you know we did an episode last week? It hasn't aired yet.
It has.
On I bought a Rolls Royce and I regretted it. Right. And that was before Derek even posted that.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
Which was I thought it was gonna make me happier.
Uh-huh.
It was gonna make me, but at the end of the day, and I barely have time to even drive it because it's so busy. And I'm so high functioning now. I need simplicity in my life.
Yeah.
Right. But Rolls Royce, there's a lot of thought and work that is required. You gotta pull out the garage. You gotta pull out very slowly and carefully. They make sure you park it right, that nobody's crashing. There's a lot of thought. But most times I just want to get in the car
And go.
and go. Right. So I did that episode, which is so interesting. So my wife, our real passion is the brain and mental health
Me too.
therapy.
I love it.
Yeah, and she's been a Christian counselor for over 15 years.
Yeah, I nerd out on stuff like that.
Huh?
I nerd out on stuff like that. Go ahead.
Yeah.
That's
So-
the thing.
so-
That's why when you're talking, I'm just doing like this.
Yeah, I nerd out on that.
just trying to-
The neuroscience,
Yeah,
and the emotional.
neuroscience, the brain, the
Absolutely.
emotional,
Yeah, for sure.
thoughts,
Emotions, actions.
Yeah.
Because that's
That-
where everything it
But I'm
stems
trying not to get
from.
you started
I
now.
know.
So we're not going 4 hours. in this
No, for
episode.
sure, 100%. Like I tell all entrepreneurs,
Yeah.
you just have like a lot of this stuff is unaddressed trauma.
You should bring her
Yes.
to your stuff.
Okay.
She's a therapist.
Okay.
She got
Yeah. I can-
back psychology.
Okay.
all the way
PhD.
From PhD. All the way
I
from-
recently got certified as a hypnotherapist.
Nice, congrats.
Thank you. I believe in the brain. I believe
telling
it's
you.
one of the best gifts, other than the Holy Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
The best gift that God has given to us is our brain.
For sure.
But we don't know how to use
We
it.
know how to use it.
And we think, I literally got so much heat. He was surprised. I got so much heat on TikTok when I started talking about how men nowadays are having to see that emotional intelligence is a real thing.
Yep.
They were telling me, oh, you must have married a beta male. You must have married, that he not an alpha male. And really, I don't care. I just need somebody who can manage himself emotionally and myself, the kids, right? And then we can teach that because all of that precedes everything else that we do. You're not taking action because of your emotions. You are taking action because of your emotions. You're sabotaging yourself because of your like all of these things go back to the invisible, unidentified things that we refuse to address or acknowledge.
100%.
But it's absolutely necessary. And statistics show that the people who are most successful are people who have a higher EQ
100%.
than even IQ.
100%. And a lot of brothers, the fact that they identify as a masculine male or alpha male, you limit all that God created you to be.
Yeah.
Correct.
So are you into Jason Wilson? You follow Jason Wilson?
No.
You got to check
Who's
Jason
that?
Wilson
Okay,
out.
I will.
So he has a book called Cry Like a Man, and he has a book called Battle Cry. He's from Detroit.
Okay.
And he has a program. Y'all probably saw his stuff online.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
but
Battle Cry.
he goes by Mr. Jason Wilson on. You'll love him. Y'all love him, especially based on this conversation. But he really dives into teaching men how to become what he calls a comprehensive man. So basically, a comprehensive man isn't somebody who's just identified as a masculine man, but he can care. He can be a nurturer, because like families is typically like the man is the
disciplinarian.
the disciplinarian, and the mom is the nurturer. It's like, nah, pops can be a nurturer too.
He needs to be.
But we're not taught that though.
Correct.
We're taught like, boy, you better not cry. Boy, you better shut up. Men don't cry.
Yeah.
And it's like, now you got a young man who you've been growing up who don't cry. So now he becomes 30, 40 years old and he snaps.
Yeah.
Because he's still dealing with unaddressed stuff from when he was 3. Because he was told not to cry. So now you grow up and you deal with that.
I like to say, and people do not like when I say this, I like to say that men and women both have masculine and
100%.
feminine
Bingo.
traits and attributes.
Absolutely.
because we're spiritual beings.
Bingo.
In the spirit, there is no male nor female.
100%.
But the society just suppresses.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then wants us to fit into this certain nomenclature. But when if you're a male, if you're a female, you're still a spiritual being.
Yeah.
And so you have those two attributes of male and masculine and feminine within you.
100%.
Now, how it expresses itself, that's on you.
Yeah.
But for men, I always tell men, y'all are the dads are your daughter's first love.
100%.
The dads are the ones that teach us. I'm a daughter. I'm the oldest daughter. So my dad had to teach me how to be loved. What is true love? What is real? What is, all these things.
100%.
If I don't get that, and he has to nurture the woman that I'm to be, and do that in a masculine way, so that when I look at my husband, I know that this is correct.
Right.
This is the way I'm supposed to be treated. This is the way things are supposed to go. How do I know? Because my daddy taught me.
Yeah.
But if my dad is not in the house, if my dad doesn't know what to do with his emotions, if my dad is going out in a rage because we didn't do something right, then I learn the wrong thing.
100%.
And then I walk around as abused, so to emotionally, woman who doesn't know what it's like to be nurtured properly by a man.
100%.
Wow. Okay.
And that's why we have so many of these city girls. I'm sorry. Listen.
It's a fact.
That's why we have a city girl.
It's
I
a
don't
fact.
need no man. I'm independent. You're so aggressive with it though, sis. I can tell that you're
You just been taught that. Well, like it go back to what we said earlier. It's like your environment. Like, what have you been taught? Like, we're not taught this going. Like, all I heard, men don't cry. You don't do that. You don't talk about your feelings.
Disrespect.
Yeah,
That's right.
And then you shoot somebody or stop somebody or fight somebody because they disrespected you.
100%.
But you
really
think it's disrespect.
But really,
quote,
you're just
unquote.
not able to. You're not in control of your emotions.
Yeah.
But the society and the environment have taught you that that's what you do. When somebody disrespects you, you're supposed to respond with violence. And then you learn that behavior.
You learn that behavior.
And then that also coupled with not being healthy emotional.
100%.
And then it's just a combustion.
Yep.
Okay.
My therapist been my best investment the
Wow.
past 2 years, probably.
Wow.
Past couple years, 100%.
That's
Right,
my
so
point.
we
We need to do another episode next time just to talk about emotional health and business.
I'm with it.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's do that. But two more things before we close, because I don't want to take too much of your time. This is so much fun.
No, this is good.
good.
This is good.
Yeah.
If you like this, I hope you've subscribed.
For sure.
I hope you've liked.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Leave a comment, like the aspect that you loved the most of this episode, because it was just so good.
It was
Absolutely.
amazing.
Absolutely.
It was amazing. Two more things before we close. One was last year when we did our commencement ceremony, your co-founder was part of those that got a degree too. And you did something very, very powerful. And I'm trying not to be emotional about it, because you really, really touched my heart and our hearts too, my wife and I. Because sometimes people only see, somebody running ads or somebody making money, and some of them just only care about themselves. But there are people like you that also care about other people. And that's one thing that sets you apart from a lot of other people. So Dr. Marquel pretty much wrote a 5-figure check, to support the missions work within Africa. And just on you just say thank you publicly because he said, don't talk about it or anything like that.
That's that low key in them.
Yeah. But thank you. We're able to really help over 1,000 people. I mean, from laptops to, skills acquisition, schools to feeding the poor, to even till today, we still are helping people from that. I just want to say thank you so much
man. Thank
for
you.
doing that.
Thank y'all.
And my question is that why are you generous like that? Why you care about people like that?
I mean, the short answer, man, I could give you like an intellectual answer, but the short answer is, I don't know. It has to be God. It's not something I can even explain. It's just like who I am. I mean, because I could try to make up an answer.
Wow.
But it's like, I honestly don't have an answer.
Wow.
Do you think it could stem from you and maybe an untapped desire to help people in a way that you yourself would have wanted to be helped?
Possibly.
Ooh, that's deep.
Possibly. It's just like, man, I mean, if we really want to create real change, it's like, how else can you do it without giving? That could be of your time. That could be of your money. It could be of your intellect, your knowledge, your skills. You got to give. Like, that's how. So I don't give. So like some people say they give tithes or whatever to get. It's like, that's not why I don't think that's why you should give.
Yeah.
I think you give because you give.
Yeah.
Like I don't give and expect.
Yeah.
Like I don't create content and expecting I didn't come out here and we did this because I expect to get clients from this or I expect nothing from y'all. Like I don't tithe because I expect God to bless me.
Yeah.
Like God has already blessed me.
Yeah.
Like I said, God blessed them and then said, go be fruitful and multiply.
Yeah.
So I give because I'm blessed, not because I want to be blessed. I'm already blessed. But I give of my free content. People are like, why you give away so much free content? Because I want people to win. Like, even if they don't become a client. Like, most people aren't going to ever become clients. We don't even work with everybody.
Yeah.
But that don't mean they can't watch some of my free content and then go win and completely change their lives. And now it's a ripple effect. Like, I tell my clients all the time, y'all going to go impact millions of people as a result of working with us that we'll never meet, that they'll never know of us. But we get to impact millions through you. We get to impact millions through you. We get to impact millions through you. Right? So we're creating this ripple effect, like just throughout the world. How do we, like, if I see something I believe in, the Next Level Boys Academy, like I talked about, I'm like, bro, I love what you're doing with our young kings. Like, these are our kids. Like, most people be like, some people be like, oh, well, I live on this side of town. Those guys ain't my problem. Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. Because they'll get to your daughter.
Yeah.
Or they'll get to your son.
Yeah.
Right? Because your son trying to go over there and see what they got going on. Or your daughter trying to see what's, and now they're at your house. Or they start navigating to your neighborhood. So yeah, it's your problem too. These are our kids. So I'm like, bro, I see what you're doing for our kids. How can I contribute? I'm like, this is ministry. Ministry ain't free.
Yeah.
It's like, how can I contribute? And it's like, I want to give a check and because this we got to do it. Like, I believe so. And I'll shut up. But I think that entrepreneurs and leaders, because you got people who are like ministry leaders, nonprofit organization leaders, they got visions and they doing great work, but a lot of times they can't have the impact they have because they don't have the funding, and they got to jump through so many hoops to get grant money, a little bit of grant money, to do something that still don't move nothing. But if you can connect with entrepreneurs who see the vision, and we can support you through that, we all win.
Awesome. You know what? The wealthy black coach, right? I think you should make that a movement instead of just like a.
No, that's it. That is the movement.
It's a movement. Okay. Because CAU to me is not positioned as a movement. It just feels like a kind of program to help people to.
So CAU is the company.
The company,
yeah.
So yeah, I think you guys should make this a movement.
The Wealthy Black Coach.
Yeah,
for sure it is. That's the movement.
That is a movement. Okay. All right. So that's your last question. Then you're going to tell people where to find you, connect with you, and stuff like that. So I'm going to just get. Let me give a shout out to David Chance. I think I got
shout
it idea from him.
It's my guy.
Whereby he also get people. His guests to also coach him live on the air. So I'm putting it on the spot. So. Yes, what we're trying to do with the New Rich. So just want to get some free coaching.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay. So the idea is a movement, right? To help people to become the New Rich, right? The New Rich, which is not having to, you don't need all this money to build all these things. You can just make money online. So we kind of have like 5 legs to it, which is the course, which we're working on the course, the coaching program, which will be kind of a little bit $3,000 to $25,000 program. Cost probably going to be $1,497 thereabout. Then also to course coaching the community, right? Community is really big. Then also to merch and the podcast. So the first one we've released so far is the podcast, but other ones are coming soon. So what ideas or coaching or tips can you give us? Because the end goal is, you said earlier, what do you want to be known for the next 5 years? I want to be known as that person that helped millions of people to start and make income online and grow successful online businesses and change their life and their family. You know? So that's what we're trying to do. To be like, okay, you can become the New Rich by learning how to learn a skill, teach a skill, and make money online doing that without having to be the old rich where you need like millions of dollars to build factories and stuff like that. Now, pretty much online money, right? And the movement part, the offer, maybe you can give us some tips on what the offer could be, the strategy, the model, whatever it is. So what will you tell us? Maybe somebody, Rich, maybe you might learn from this.
Yeah, for sure. So
I'm putting it on the spot.
So what I do, here's what I do.
Yeah.
If it was me.
Yeah.
I do, first of all, let me say this. Because when I saw the name, I 5-7 years ago, I came up with a concept called the New Rich. It was called New Rich Global. I think I got a hoodie and everything at the house still. If I find it, I'm gonna send you a picture of it. So it was like it was a logo, it was a globe, and it had all the different types of money. So it had like the rand, like just the logos. So it had like the rand, the logo, the pound, the US. Yeah. If I find a t-shirt, I'm gonna send it to you. But anyway, to answer your question though, what I believe in free and premium. This is me. So our whole strategy is heavy free content and then premium. So obviously your heavy free content is the podcast. And I'm sure y'all probably gonna cut up bits and pieces and just, flood the internet with it, right? So if it was me, I have them going from here and they'd be like, hey y'all, congrats. Thanks for checking out the episode. As a, as a thank you, we want to give you the New Rich Blueprint. Right? The New Rich Blueprint shows you how to take your knowledge and expertise and turn it into a profitable online course. Right? And then you push them into that for free. Push them in that for free. It's a video.
Like a course or ebook or what?
It would just be a video.
Oh, video. Okay.
It could be a little bit of video.
Okay.
Because y'all already got the setup so you can shoot like a real high quality video, free video. Okay. And then you're teaching them, here's the New Rich Blueprint. Okay. Number 1 is you want to do this. Number 2 is you want to do this. Number 3 is you want to do this. Number 4 is you want to do this. Or number 5, whatever the process is, right? And then you're like, hey, by the way, we actually help individuals like you do this whole thing. And we have the platform. And for our New Rich community, the coaching program, not only do we teach you how to do it, but we actually give you all the tools. Because, of course, you got the platform, right? So it's like, hey, if you want us to lead you and walk you through step by step how to do it, click on the button below, schedule a call. And then let's hop on the phone and talk about how we can help you. So then you have them apply, go to get on the call, and then you sell them your $5,000-$10,000 coaching program where you show them how to do the whole thing, and then of course they get the software while they're in the program. Now, for those who are of course a percentage are going to take that, and then some people aren't. So for those who aren't, then I'd be doing a sequence to them, pushing them into the software to get the Vonza platform. Because then they're going to go to the Vonza platform and they're going to be like, some are going to be able to figure it out on their own. Some are going to be like, okay, I need some help. And then they're going to go ahead and get the coaching as well. Because I think the ultimate goal, I know you want to grow Vonza. Yeah. And of course, I know y'all want to teach how to grow course businesses as well. So it's like I'll focus on like actually helping people win through the coaching program. Because like one of my biggest challenges with courses is that people don't really get results with courses. That's just that's my personal.
They don't finish the course.
They don't finish. It's a 3% completion rate on the course, industry wide, and that's completion rate is like watching it, not even like implementing.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's 3% they're gonna watch all the videos. That's crazy.
No, because if I spend money on something,
I'm in it. That's me. I'm in it. So it's like, but 3% of people gonna watch all the videos. Okay. Just watch them, but they're not gonna go implement. So it's like, I got this crazy belief where it's like, I gotta sell people what's in their best interest. I know you have a 3% chance of going through this. Okay. So it's like, we got to put our resources in to help you get results. So we're gonna coach you through the process, blah, 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 blah. So it's like the premium, I'll be pushing them from podcast to coaching program. And then for those who aren't ready for that, putting them in a sequence to get them signed up for Vonza.
Wow. So
and
you
then
said,
pushing people
you
into
said
that.
when you came in earlier, you saw the New Rich something. You had a thought or something, or was that a flashback to when you were trying to do something when you had a similar name in the past? Or
yeah, I think that's when I was telling you that I remember when I had the tire salon and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay. And then I also was like, I'm inspired, man. I need to have something like this closer to me. Yeah.
That's up. Yeah. In the meantime, before you do that too, you're always free to,
of course,
come do some stuff.
Definitely.
Yeah, shoot your own podcast. Yeah.
Definitely.
Take this down, put your logo.
Definitely.
It's
definitely.
a studio.
Definitely. I like it. I definitely.
Wow, this is so awesome. And we can go on and on. You have
We
any
really can.
final thing or final question before Dr. Marquel tell people where to find him and follow him? Any final question or thoughts?
No, I think I asked you everything. I think my final thought is to be okay with taking the risk on yourself. Dr. Marquel is a living example that it pays to take a risk on yourself. And you never really know how far you can go, but you have to take the risk. Feel uncomfortable in your gut. That's a good sign. Don't run from it. Run to it.
100%.
That is so awesome. So please, can you tell the audience, our rich friends, where to find you, follow you, connect with you, get into your process? Because now he's helped his clients generate over $1 billion in sales or revenue. In revenue. Over $1 billion in revenue. That's a lot of money. So that means it is able to help you. I mean, what you just heard from this show today, just a little part of what it's able to do for you. So please tell our rich friends where they can find you, follow you, connect with you, get on your list or something.
Yeah, for sure. So whatever your favorite social media platform is, just Marquel, Marquel Russell. So if you hit me on Instagram, for example, you send me a DM, just like, hey, I saw you on the New Rich podcast. Let's connect. Let's have a conversation. Also, if you want to register for our upcoming event, you can go to wealthyblackcoach.com. So that way we show you, if you don't already have your knowledge and expertise package up, we can help you do that. Most importantly, well, not most importantly, but also we show you how to get 5 clients every single week that pay you $3,000 to $10,000 or more. If you get 5 of those every week, it adds up pretty quick.
Awesome. So do you have any closing words, something really dope or powerful that you want to leave out with and share with our rich friends?
For sure. So I always like to say we live in the best time in the history of the world to be alive. Like a lot of people are saying things like it's a recession or it's this. And I'm like, oh, that is so true. I mean, it's so false. Like people just are emotional. They don't look at like the facts. The facts are there's more money in circulation now than there's ever been in the history of the world. I think they printed $5 trillion just during the pandemic and just gave it away to everybody, right? They just sent, I think I read earlier that over the past 3 years, we've sent like another 80 billion or something crazy to Ukraine, right? So the governments, I think in 1971, we took the dollar off of the gold standard. Right?
Yes.
So that means that we can print as much money as we want. All that money is in circulation. If you're not getting enough of it, that means you're not solving enough problems, right? So it's like our ancestors, the Madam C.J. Walkers of the world, the A.G. Gaskins, the Herman J. Russells, they didn't have, the O.W. girl. They didn't have social media. They didn't have podcasts. They still were able to make millions. We got all this. We got Zoom. We got Bonza. You know what I'm saying? We got podcasts. It's crazy. The gift and the curse, though, is we have an abundance of opportunities. They lacked opportunities. We have abundance, but we don't really know how to decide. Right. So we get to decide that if we're going to capitalize on the greatest time in the history of the world to be alive. Because let's say 20 years from now, or 30, let's call it 50 years from now, because we're all pretty young. 50 years from now, we'll all, and I like to get this visual, we'll be sitting on the porch with our great-grandkids.
Drinking sweet tea.
And we're going to be having one of 2 conversations.
Okay.
Some people are going to be having a conversation where they say, 50 years ago, 60 years ago, this thing came called the internet in the course industry. I capitalized on it. And because of that, you got all this to build off of.
Yeah.
Some of us going to be like, 60 years ago, 70 years ago, this thing called the internet came. I consume content. I watch podcasts. I ain't take advantage of it. And because of that, now you got to figure out your way.
Wow.
We get to choose which conversation we're going to be having.
That's
wow.
It.
Rich friends, this is an amazing episode, and we're glad you stayed to the end to glean from all this great stuff. I think man, just have to cut into 2 episodes because it was really
part 1 and part 2.
Part 1, part 2, and stuff. Hey, if you're free sometime next month or whenever you can, we'd love to have you back.
Let's figure it out.
Let's talk. Let's really kind of zone in on emotional health and entrepreneurship.
Let's figure it out.
Conversation.
Let's do it.
I think that's going to really, really help people.
Very necessary.
Let's figure it out. Maybe I get a residency like they do in Vegas.
Yeah. Like once a month you get
right. For sure.
I like that.
For sure.
Rich friends, thank you for joining. Again, if you love what you heard, like, comment, and subscribe to the New Rich Podcast. And we'll see you next time. I'm Dr. Oyi Abraham, your host.
And I'm Dr. Faith Abraham. See you next time, rich friends.